Hi guys, welcome back to the course. So today we're going to be talking about Google, and we are going to be talking about where ads show up when we talk about Google advertising. Now Google is the largest search engine. It occupies approximately 86% of the market share when we're talking about search engines. You will have potentially heard of others such as Bing, for example, and it's definitely kind of the place that you want to be if you want to get your business in front of users who are searching for your product or services across the Google search engine. Now, it is important to note that when we're talking about Google Ads a lot, not every search that a user does will result in a Google paid search result. However, when it does result in a paid ad, this usually occupies the top 4 spaces across the listings on the search page, followed by what's known as organic listings, so non-paid listings, and then again at the bottom there is room for more additional paid ads. When it comes to shopping advertising, this will potentially have the visibility across the right hand side of the page, so to the right column. You will have potentially seen this before. You'll have product images that show, and this is known as Google Shopping Ads, previously known as Google's Product Listing Ads, or PLAs for short. So when we talk about Google Ads, unfortunately, it's not as easy as just showing up. We're going to be constantly coming back throughout this course to talk about making sure that we show up at the right place and at the right time to ensure that we are capturing our target audience and getting results that are going to give us the return for our investment. Now, let's do a search across Google. Dive into the screen and take a look at exactly what we mean when we talk about Google and how their ads show up. Okay, so let's dive in and do a search. So I'm going to be searching for women's black shoes. So this is an example of a typical search result for women's black shoes across the Google search engine. So you can see here what we talked about just before in the introduction in terms of the number of ads and how this displays on the screen. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ads running, and the top one's given a bit more kind of prominence in regards to the space that it's taken up there because it has star ratings, it has some site link extensions, which these other ads don't have in place. Now further down, if we scroll down, these are the organic listings. So this isn't paid activity, this is organic activity, and like we mentioned, again to the right we have shopping ads. So this is where the product images show up based on Google's Merchant Center shopping feed, and this is how this pulls in and shows. Now at the bottom again there is potential for more ads, and again these are showing. So we've got 1, 2, 3 ads here running at the bottom. So we've got on total there we've got 7 ads running across the listings, occupied with additional ads to the right hand side for your Google shopping activity. Now when we talk about ads, obviously the first thing we think about is kind of the text related to an ad and what that means for the user. Now it's important at all times that your ads are highly relevant to what the user is searching for. So if I have a look at the examples that have popped up here and do a little bit of a review and decide what we think about these ads and whether or not they are engaging. So women's black shoes. So I'm obviously, you know, it's not an overly broad search term. I know what I'm looking for. It doesn't have any modifiers for intent, for example, such as buy or shop, but I think there is still a decent amount of intent behind that search. So when I'm searching for women's black shoes, I would be expecting to at least see the word shoes and probably black in it, potentially women's as well. Well, actually, probably definitely women's as well, because we don't want to be seeing men's black shoes, for example. So Clark's here, they've got the brand name in, and then they've got women's black shoes. So that fully matches what I've searched for. So that's a great example of a headline one, followed by a now up to 60% off in the sale message. Now, this is obviously from a user perspective, this is very appealing because it's got exactly what I'm looking for, and it's also got an offer-led promotion. I can also see some additional areas that are going to be beneficial to me, the searcher. So for example, we have the ratings here, which straight away gives an additional layer of confidence to this advertiser. We've got 4.5 stars. rating there, and we've also got some additional links that allow us to navigate to other parts of the website. So we've got women's work shoes and we've got women's new arrivals. So they've covered a great amount of area that, you know, I might be looking for off the back of women's black shoes. I could be looking for work shoes, or I could be looking for something new in season, for example. I'm going to guess that when I click this link, it's going to navigate to a landing page, or I hope it's going to navigate to a landing page that covers women's black shoes as a whole. And then if I would click either one of these site links, it'll take me to, as it says, the new arrivals and the work shoes. So let's click through and see where we actually go. So we've got the women's black shoes main ad, the work shoes site link, and the new arrivals. Okay, so this is the main ad page. So it's dropped us in here to women's black shoes. Straight away we've got a pop-up, 10% offer, etc. So we know we've got 60% off apparently. I'm not seeing the 60% offer anywhere. It's not shown in my face. 30% offer, best boost, sale continues up to 60% off. So let's scroll through and see if we can see any with the offer specifically. Nothing's jumping out to me. Often on a website, when it's you know, a product with a percentage off, you'll have a was now price. So let's just click on one and see what the options are. So we'll click through to this £65 black patent woman's shoe. Let's go for a size 3 and add it to my shopping bag. Oh, narrow, add it to the shopping bag. There we go. So I'm going to close that. I'm now going to have a look at this shop now for the 60% off and see if I can filter for women's black shoes. So we'll go to women's sale. We'll pop in size 4 and then we'll filter for black, hopefully on the left hand side. Yeah, let's take a look here. So yeah, the was now prices are here. So based on the landing page it sent me to originally, the sale wasn't prominent there. So that user experience unfortunately falls down a little bit for Clarks there. When you see a 60% sale, and this is important to know for when you do your own advertising, if you're promoting a 60% sale, you want to make that user journey as easy as possible for them. So basically you should be navigating to the page that shows the offer led creative and, you know, the was now prices and the products that are actually in the sale. Okay, so let's just have a look at the site link. So the women's work shoes, so we've popped in here and this is basically where it's dropped her into, women's work shoes. Perfect. It has got what it's saying on the site link. It's got women's work shoes filter on here, so this is great in terms of the landing page. However, again, there isn't any anything that falls into the offers by the looks of it here again, which means that, you know, I've read the overall headline of the ad and it's promoting this up to 60% sale. So I'm hoping that, you know, there should be some that fall into this category of the 60%, and it's not very encouraging, like I say, that all these are full priced items. Finally, we'll drop into the new arrivals section. So again, perfectly filtered to what we want, the new arrivals. I find it very unlikely that there's going to be anything in the sale when it's a new arrival. It's usually the case that new arrivals are always the full price, so it makes sense that these all do land on the full price page. So that is an example of Google Ads, what a user types in, so the search term women's black shoes, an example of what an ad would look like, through to, you know, the offer led messages, the site links, the ratings, through to the landing pages and what you should and should not do. So remember guys, it's really important to ensure you have relevance for your keyword through to your ad, through to your landing page, and it's all about capturing the right user at the right time and in the right place and making sure you get that end result from the user. So in this case, we're hoping for a sale of black shoes. Thanks for watching guys, and keep learning.